In episode 30 of the Jr.Pentester training series, we're going to be going through the network security challenge inside of TryHackMe's network security module, which is basically just a bunch of questions that they're going to ask us, and they want us to run all of the exercises that we did prior to this video so that we can see if we learned something, right? So there isn't going to be much information as far as what we should be doing. We just got to figure it out by ourselves. So there are literally, it says 3 questions, or 3 tasks, I should say. So we have 1, 2, and 3. The first one is the intro. The last one is the summary. And in the middle right here, we have all these questions that we got to answer. And that's pretty much it, right? So they don't give us much as far as instructions or information is concerned. Just a basic network security challenge that we got to do to try to get some reconnaissance, to try to do some password hacking, retrieve some flags, all that good stuff. So it should be fun, really easy to do. I don't know if it's going to be really easy to do, but I'm hoping that I will have learned enough that I can do it, and it should be relatively easy, I should say. This room was developed on the TryHackMe platform by Strategos. So thank you so much, Strategos, for all of your efforts in everything that you've done for us in network security, because this was actually really, really cool. I really enjoyed this module. And it is a subscriber-only room, so you do need to have a paid membership with TryHackMe, but in my humble opinion, it's totally worth it. I get nothing from this. I just have learned so much from TryHackMe that I highly, highly recommend the use of this platform. Now, that being said, we're going to get a quick message from Hackaholics Anonymous, and then we're going to jump into the challenge. If you're serious about your CySec education and you want access to me on Discord, consider joining Hackaholics Anonymous. We have 4 tiers: the supporter, agent, guardian, and master. Each tier gets their own Discord server and early access to content. The agent, guardian, and master levels get exclusive content, exclusive downloads, monthly Python automations, live streams with me every month, plus so much more. And to join, you can simply click the link in the description below, or you can go to our homepage and click the join button there, or you can go to youtube.com/@HankHacksHackers/join, and you will be able to join Hackaholics Anonymous. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the network security challenge. All right, the introduction really isn't that much of an introduction. They're just saying that we're going to be testing the mastery of the skills that we've acquired in this module for network security, and all the questions can be solved using Nmap, Telnet, or Hydra. Okay, so easy enough, I would say. So we've gotten at least the 3 tools that they want us to focus on, and I am very familiar with Nmap and Telnet and Hydra, so I think I'll be able to give you a really good walkthrough, like a good instructional on what you should do. I don't want you to just get the answers from me and then go ahead and answer the questions so you can pass the room. I really want you to apply all of the exercises. I'm going to walk you through my mindset behind these exercises, and I'm also going to show you my failed attempts using each one of these tools so you can see, how we got to the conclusion. I don't want to just give you the answer. I want to teach you how I found the answer so that you can learn from the process itself. Pen testing in general, and many things in ethical hacking and pen testing have iterations, right? So it's very rare that you'll get something right the first time around. So I want you to see what that process is like as we work towards getting the final answer. That being said, I am very open to receiving the answer on the first try. So if it does work on the first try, I'm very happy that it will. But if it doesn't, then we're not going to be discouraged. We're just going to push through, and we're going to go get the answers that we need. So that's pretty much it for the introduction. I've already launched the virtual machine, which is going to be our victim machine up here, and I've already launched the attack box, which was originally with this split view button. It was just saying start attack box. So we now have it, and I just want to make sure that they load, and it usually takes about a minute. So we will give it some time for it to load, and let's see how it goes. So if let's see if it's already launched. Nope, it still says, oh no, wait, I think it is launched. Okay, great. So now we can go ahead and expand on this, because this is way too zoomed in, and we will open it up in a new window, and then from there we'll launch it. This is kind of crazy. This is so zoomed in, it's insane. All right, hold on one second. All right, cool. So question number 1, our machine is up and we're all ready to go. And the question says, what is the highest port number being open less than 10,000? So we want to scan the top 10,000, I guess I should say. So we're going to go ahead and open our terminal here. And we want to run this quickly because scanning 10,000 ports could actually be kind of a pain in the butt. So we'll do nmap, we'll do ss, and I think I actually need to do sudo typically, but I think I'm also a root user. Yeah, it does it. It says it. I'm a root user, so that's all good. But typically when you do the stealth scan with nmap, the ss option, it requires that you actually have root permission. So I'm just going to do it normally. Typically, if you aren't root, but you're on the sudoers list, you would do sudo nmap, etc., etc. In this particular case, I just know that I'm root, so I can just do that. And I'm going to be scanning this machine right here. So we're going to do this. So that's going to be the thing. But we want to go from basically port 1 to 10,000. There we go. And that's it. And I'm just going to do -V so I can get a verbose output and press enter. And there you go. Wow, that was actually very fast. Okay, so we have 22, 80, 139, 445, and 8080. The highest port is 8080, so we're going to try that for question number 1. Question number 2 says there's an open port outside the common 1000 and it's above 10,000. So we're basically going to repeat the same thing that we did before, but now instead of doing that, we're going to do this, right? So I'm just going to do 10,000 and then I'm going to do dash after it, so just implying that I want to do 10,000 plus, right? Anything above 10,000. So hopefully that actually works, and we run that, and I think it's going to be scanning basically everything that starts from port 10,000 and it goes all the way up. So there you go. So 10,021, and the service is unknown, but it should be 1021. And there we go. So we got that. So that was question number 2. Fairly quick questions, these two. So let's see what else we can find here. Question 3 is also, I think, going to be really quick. So it says how many TCP ports are open. So we basically found this port, right? And it actually says what? TCP, right? And then if we go up right here, these are all TCP ports. So we have what? 5 here and then another one. So that's 6. So that should be the answer. There we go. So the answer is 6. Okay, so far, so good. Now we're going after flag hunting, so this should be a little bit more complex, I would hope. So what is the flag hidden in the HTTP server? So that's question 4, right? So what's the flag hidden in the HTTP server? So we can actually retrieve that fairly easily using telnet. I'm not gonna, I think I already have this copied, but I'm just gonna do this one more time. I'm just gonna make sure I copy this guy right here. And so now we can clear the screen just to make it a little bit easier for us. And let me see here. We're still, okay, we are recording. For a second, I was like, dude, did I accidentally stop recording? Okay, great. So, all right, so we're going to do very basic, right? So telnet, and then we're going to paste the IP address, and then it's on the HTTP server, so it's going to be port 80. And we press enter, and let's see if it actually helps us with this. In order to actually make this work for us, what we need to do is we need to do the very basics of this. So you could do get-index.html, which is basically the home page. You can also do this piece right here where you just do get /, which also represents the home page. What you do need to do is you need to give it the version of HTTP that you want to use, and then you press enter. And then you need to give it a host name. So the host name in this case is going to be telnet, because we're going to be using telnet, right? And then you press enter twice. The first time that you do it, nothing happens. The second time that you do it, it actually retrieves the information for you. Now, in this case, we actually have in the heading information, we have the server light TPD, and then this is the flag. So this is the format of the flags inside of TryHackMe. And then it actually retrieved the rest of the contents of the page for us as well, right? Hello world, etc. So all of this is basically what's on the web page if we were to look at it manually in the browser. So you see what I'm saying? When we actually highlight anything, it just copies it, which is actually annoying. So if I just do this, I shouldn't even need to copy it technically, but I'm just going to do it because I want it to actually give me the answer. There we go. Okay, great. So now we got the question, what is it? 4 question. All right, so we got question 4's flag, and now we need to go ahead and get the next one. This one is for the SSH server. So this is what? Question number 5. So question number 5 is that this is the SSH server header and there's a flag in there. So we're not going to be using SSH because they told us that we're just going to be using telnet. So we'll do the same thing, really, telnet, and then we're going to do the IP address, which was I want to say, what is it? 10.201, 115.66, right? That was the IP, or 96, I should say. 96, and then we're going to do port 22, and that's, oh, there it is, just like that. That's it. So that's the flag. There you go. And copy that. I'm just going to, next time, I'm just going to not click copy and see if it actually copies. And so there's the flag. That was the one in SSH server header. Excellent. So we have question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So moving on to question 6. Question 6 says we have an FTP server listening on a non-standard port. What's the version of the FTP server? So we already know that we have 6 ports that are open. We know that 10021 was the non-common port. But we can just kind of get a little bit more information about these guys right here. So we could technically, so I'm just going to close this connection right here. This connection should be, there you go, connection closed by the foreign host. So I'll try this one more time, right? So if I actually go and use this piece right here, I know that I have basically up to that last port, right? So we can do nmap again, we can do ss, and I can try to do sv as well. And then I will go ahead and paste this IP address. Now, usually SS and SV may not work because SS does not do a full service connection, a full TCP connection, but we might be able to pull this off. And then what we'll do is -p, and then we'll do 1, and then we'll go to 11,000 because I just know that it stopped at that. And this should be relatively quick because the last one was also pretty quick. So it should go through all of those ports, and it should give us some kind of information about the services that are running on it, and we can try to establish what these services might be. So we have these right here. So the versions and protocols, and I mean on this one, it literally just says the VSFTPD is 3.0.5. So I want to say that that's probably the answer. However, one of the things that we know about this is that it's a guess, right? It's guessing that this is the actual version of the thing. It may not necessarily be the version of the thing. So I want to kind of give some room for this to be incorrect. So this is the FTP server. We can see it right here under services. So we can see that this is the FTP server. So that's good. The next piece is just trying to establish whether or not this is actually correct. So if we go over here and if I do VSFTP and then what was it? It was 3.0.5. Oh, that is correct. Okay. I mean, okay, that's fine. So that's not, that wasn't really, I mean, so there's another way that we could do this, right? We could technically just do this. We could do telnet, and we could do 201.115.96, which is the IP, and then we could connect to that port, the 10021, and then it says it right here. So it says VSFTPD 3.0.5. So that's another way that we could have done that, and so there we go, we got that. So let's close this out. Close my connection, please. Close the connection. Okay, it's not connecting. It's not closing my connection. I will just close the terminal. Okay, cool. So there is that question. Now we got 2 more questions left. Okay, so question 7 says that we have 2 usernames that we got using social engineering, which are Eddie and Quinn. And what's the flag hidden in one of these 2 accounts and accessible via FTP? So first we need to get their passwords to be able to log in as FTP, and the hint says yeah, use Hydra with the passwords from the word list. So okay, very easy, very simple to do, or you know, it's just a couple of steps, but it's still, I think it's actually very easy and simple to do. So the first thing that we want to do is run Hydra on these guys and see what we can find. So the username, the first one was Eddie, and the password we're going to do capital P, and then we're going to do the word list. So it was in the share word lists, and then it's rocku.txt. Okay. So now we know that the FTP port is an uncommon FTP port, right? So if I actually do this right here, if I do the IP, which was what, 10.201, I want to say, where is it? 10.201, 115.96, right? So 10.201, 115.96. If I do FTP, it's going to try to connect to port 23. So what we need to do is we need to do -S to actually give it a non-standard port number, which is that 10021, right? Yeah, 10021 is the port. So that's the one. And then so we'll do -V here so we can get some verbose output with this. And it's going to try to do what it does on port 10021 for the Eddie user. So I'm going to open up another one and go for the same thing. And we're going to do the Quinn user to try to get these things to work kind of simultaneously and hopefully get this done for us. So word lists rocku.txt here. Oh, there you go. It found Eddie's password real quick. Great. So that's great. So now we have Quinn. And so what's the piece right here? So 10.201.115.96 FTP, and we give it the S flag 10021-V. And then we're just going to go with that. And so there it is. So we already have Eddie's password. So that's great. And let's see how long it'll take for us to get Quinn's password. There we go. So we got Quinn's password too. So now we have both of these guys. I'm just going to leave these open, and we'll just open up a third terminal. Hopefully it won't slow down the virtual machine too much. So open up a third terminal. And now we just want to use FTP to actually log in as these guys and see what they have inside of their file transfer stuff. So we'll do FTP, and we're going to do the IP, which is 10.201.115.96. And then we're going to do the port, which is 10021. So there's that. Okay, so now there we go. So now it says you've been connected, right? So what's the name? So the first guy is going to be Eddie. And then now it says what's his password? And Eddie's password was Jordan. And okay, so login successful. Excellent. So we're going to list where we are, and the port command successful, directory is okay, and there is nothing in the directory. So I guess nothing actually exists for Eddie, it seems like. Okay, so let's go on to, let me see if I can close this out like that. How do I close this? I think it's exit. There we go. Goodbye. Okay, so there we go. Now we can do FTP and try to connect to Quinn. So 10.201.115.96, and then same thing, same port, right? And then now we're going to do Quinn as the user, and his password is Andrea. And there we go. So we'll do ls. Okay, so there's actually something in here, and look at that. It's called the FTP flag.txt. Okay, so there it is. So now we need to switch to ASCII so that we can actually download the file, right? So we're going to do ASCII, press enter. We have switched to ASCII. Now we're going to do get. This is not the HTTP version of get. This is, get this file for me, basically. It's like download this file onto my local computer for me. That's basically what I'm doing. And so I'm going to be downloading the FTP flag.txt. And there you go. The transfer has been completed. Excellent. So now I can go ahead and exit this right here, clear my screen, do ls, and there is the FTP flag. Excellent. So now we can just type that onto the screen. So FTP flag.txt, and there's the flag, baby. Just like that. Okay, so I highlighted it. I didn't click copy. Let's see if it actually copied that. So if I go here, there it is, dude. It copied. Hey, all right. Okay, last one. So question 8 says, when you browse to this, it displays a small challenge that will give you a flag once you solve it. And the hint says, experiment with different scans that use different TCP flags. Remember to press the reset packet count button prior to running each new scan. If it doesn't work, try running it on the attack box, or if it doesn't work on your local machine. So I'm using the attack box, so this is all good. I'm just going to close these because I don't need these anymore. And the idea here is to first figure out what the challenge is. And then obviously we're going to be using Nmap to try to solve this challenge. And then from there, hopefully I'll figure it out sooner than later. It's supposed to be on port 8080, which is our web server port. So if we go over here and just paste this, press enter. Okay, so your mission is to use Nmap to scan this IP address, and this on this machine and as covertly as possible and avoid being detected by the intrusion detection system. Okay. All right, fine. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. And I wonder when I zoom in, does it, okay, because on my screen, it gets like darker on my screen. So I was hoping that the actual recording doesn't get darker. Okay, so I mean, the point is to run this as covertly as possible and avoid being detected by the IDS. So I'm currently at 100%. So we're going to do that to get at 0. And so what we're going to do is let's do like the stealth scan just to give us an idea of what it's like if we do the stealth scan. And 10, 201, 115, 96. 10, 201, 115, 96. And so chances of being scanned. I haven't even done the scan and I'm at 4%. So, okay, so there we go. We did that. And I still have to do the reset packet because I didn't even finish the scan. So we'll do that again and then finished. And so chance, okay, 100%. Okay, so the stealth scan was 100%. So that's definitely not it. So let's see. I mean, you can always increase the paranoia, like make Nmap a little bit more paranoid. So I'm gonna do this before I click. The the reset button. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna do the T, which is a version essentially of like the timing, right? How frequently it sends packets. And if we do T0, it's going to be super paranoid. But if we do T1, it'll be kind of slow. And that's kind of it, really. So I'm just going to try that for now. And let's see what this does. So we'll do this, and then we'll reset the packet count. Go back here, press enter. And this is probably going to take some time. Because, I mean, I think I can like scan the specific port to make this go a little bit faster. So that might be a good idea because this is going to take a while because it's going to be doing it super slow. So I'm going to cancel this out and we're going to do all the ports that we know are actually open. How about that? So we'll do that. Instead of doing everything, we're going to do nmap and we're going to do ss, we'll do -t1, and then we're going to do the 10, 201, 115, 96, and then we're going to give it the ports that we want to actually scan. So it's going to be 22, 80, 139, 445, and 8080, and then those 5 ports. So I don't want it to scan everything. I just want it to scan those 5 ports, but do that slowly. And then let's see what will happen with that. I feel like it's still going to take forever for this to do, but we'll see. We'll just see how long it takes and then we'll come back to it. Okay, that took about 2 minutes. And what happened was we still showed up under the detection of this thing, but 4% is actually not bad. So I'm guessing that we don't want to be detected at all, right? Because it says avoid being detected. Now, what we talked about in the Nmap room. So if we actually go over here to the Nmap advanced port scans, it's actually right here as well. So it says learning techniques like the null scan, fin, xmas, right? The xmas scan. The null scan is actually an interesting one because it sends no packets, right? So it doesn't send anything. Like it doesn't have any flags that are sent. I should rephrase that. So it's not that it doesn't send any packets. It doesn't send flags with the packets. It's a null scan. So we can potentially do that. So I'll do nmap, and the null scan is -s, lowercase s, uppercase n, and then you give it the IP address, right? So that's the IP address. Now, this is what it is. That's just a scan by itself. We don't need to really go crazy with this. And I'll do -v just to give us a little bit of verbosity. And before I press enter, I'm going to reset the packet count. Let's make sure that it's at 0. There we go. And then we're going to press enter. And it's going to start doing it. It finished. Oh, exercise complete, task answer. So there you go. Detection was 0. And there's the task right there. The flag that we needed was right there. So the idea is to not be detected. That's basically it. Right now, I don't know why I can't copy this. There we go. Oh, come on, buddy. Why are you doing this to me right now? Fine. I'll just copy it and I'll take it somewhere else. So annoying. But okay, so here's the thing though, right? So it still gave us the information that we were looking for, right? It gave us these ports. They're open or filtered, right? It doesn't know if it's open for sure. In the previous scans, when I did the SS scan, it actually was open. Like it gave me an open status. Even with the SS on the slow version, it still gave me the open status. This right here, it's saying it's either open or filtered. So it doesn't know for sure. So it's not the most reliable version of the scan when you do Nmap with the null flag, meaning you haven't sent any flags and you're basically just trying to probe the system just to see how it's going to respond with the various ports. So it's one of those things where it's like you don't get detected. There we go. So we got 0% detection, but it's also not the most valuable data that you're going to get as far as the feedback itself is concerned. So I'm just going to paste the answer at the top. Of course, why does it automatically just, as soon as I do that, it automatically freaking copies though? That's so annoying, dude. Okay, but all right. So we're just going to do this then. I'm going to do copy and I'm going to go paste it up here. And then I'm going to, and it still did that. That's the most annoying thing ever. Okay, so what is it? It's THM, squiggly bracket, and then we have F7443, F99, and then squiggly bracket. I bet other people don't have these problems. Like people always comment in the comment section. They're like, oh, all I had to do was this, and I got the copy to work. And I'm like, okay, bro, I guess, weird flex, but okay. It's not really even a weird flex. I'm just jealous that it works for them and it doesn't work for me. But anyways, that being said, we're done. We finished all of these questions. So I hope you were able to follow along and you got the same responses. So that was it, my dear friend. All I had to do was just go through those answers and we finished it. And officially, we finished the network security module inside of the Jr.Pentester pathway of TryHackMe. So we're done. We're officially done. And it wasn't that bad, honestly. Like I was very nervous. I usually get nervous when it comes down to capture the flag exercises or anything like that. But it was fairly straightforward. It is Jr.Pentester after all, and I've been doing this for over a year, so it was fairly simple for me, and I'm very, very excited that it actually was simple. But hopefully you were also able to kind of wrap your head around all of the information and you were able to pull it off easily and get that as well. And that's really all I can hope for, honestly. But that was it. That was pretty straightforward. We were just supposed to do a couple of Nmap scans. We did a couple of telnet prompts, and then we did Hydra, and then finally we were doing something on a browser, and we were just trying to make sure that Nmap doesn't get detected, which had to do a lot with the advanced port scanning that we were learning earlier in this module for Nmap. And just like that, we are wrapped. If you found this video useful and you would like to get more videos like this one, I do encourage you to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified the next time that a video comes out on this channel, especially as we continue with Jr.Pentester and of course as the CompTIA Pentest Plus videos come out and all of that good stuff. So the CompTIA Pentest Plus is already the channel, or the playlist itself has already been started. So this is the CompTIA Pentest Plus. Network Plus is finished. This is Python for Hackaholics Anonymous, so this is exclusive to the HA community. And then we have Security Plus is finished, Linux Plus is already finished, but Pentest Plus I'm already like building on it, and I think maybe in another month or so it should be done, right? So you will have the full CompTIA Pentest Plus as well as everything else that's available. And so if you're interested in pen testing, these would be the playlists that you would be most interested in, and obviously you would want to subscribe to get and turn on the notification bell specifically to get notified when the next videos come out on these different paths. And there are the members only videos if you're a part of HA, or if you would like to be a part of HA, I highly recommend it. There's SOC Level 1, SOC Level 2, Security Engineering. There's over 400 videos on this channel as it stands right now. Most likely by the time that you see this, there are going to be even more videos, so you can always just browse through the videos that are available here and just go through whatever these stuff is and find anything. Or you can just go to the search box right here and then search for something. So for example, let's say Nmap, right? So you search for Nmap and then you just find a bunch of videos for Nmap and advanced scans and live port scan, all of that stuff. So There's a lot of stuff that's available, and I think you'll be able to find the things that you would need for cybersecurity, for pen testing, and some system administration and coding. Like I have Linux shell scripting, and I have Python scripting, and building algorithms with Python, and all of that stuff. So all of those things are available as well. So I think you'll be able to find basically the information that you're looking for, is what I'm trying to say. So if you have any questions about what we did today, drop a question in the comment section below, or just drop a comment and say hi, whatever. And then in addition to that, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified the next time that a video comes out on this channel. And then there's Hackaholics Anonymous. If you're serious about your SysAdmin education and you want access to me on Discord, consider joining Hackaholics Anonymous. We have 4 tiers: the supporter, agent, guardian, and master. Each tier gets their own Discord server and early access to content. The agent, guardian, and master levels get exclusive content, exclusive downloads, monthly Python automations, live streams with me every month, plus so much more. And to join, you can simply click the link in the description below, or you can go to our homepage and click the join button there, or you can go to youtube.com/@HankHacksHackers/join, and you'll be able to join Hackaholics Anonymous. I hope I see you in the Discord chats. If not, I hope I see you in the comment section. It's your boy Hank Hackerson at Hank Hacks Hackers, your favorite network and system attacker/protector. If no one else loves you, Hank loves you. Love, peace, and chicken grease, and I will see you in the next video later.